Hey everyone, it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is February 21st of Follow a Sketch February, which my friend Sandy puts on. So all the information for that will be linked down below, as well as her Facebook group. That's where you can find all of the sketches. So today I am working on another Hawaii layout. That's probably just going to be the way it is this month. If I can get something in other than Hawaii, we'll see. I'm really like gung-ho on it, and I'm enjoying it. So until I have a lack of enjoying it, I'm going to keep going. So I'm actually using some of the scraps from yesterday's layout. And so I've added this heart background paper. So that is a 12 by 12. And then I had a couple of scraps, that green paper and that yellow paper from yesterday's sketch. And I'm going to use those for the main elements. So that green piece is going to be that main paper that holds the photos. And then I guess you would call it the T part, which is actually yellow in the sketch, and it's going to be yellow on my layout. So it does look like it has two trim pieces on either side of the photos. It could just be a scallop border, but I kind of read it as ribbon. And so I went into my stash and I pulled this kind of burgundy ribbon and this teal ribbon, and I'm going to put one on each side of basically those photo mats. Speaking of the sketch was made by Debbie Galados, I think is how you say it. And it's from 2010. So just a few years old, not too many. So it calls for 3 photos. It calls for 2 3x4s and 1 4x6. Now I have 3 4x6 photos, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim them down. I don't think I trim them down to 3x4. Let me see. Let me get my ruler out here. The one is a 4x6, but this is 4 3/4. It's 3 by 4 3/4. So it's just a little bit taller. And I really like the picture of my husband at the top. So I went ahead and swapped the location of the photos. So these are some more volcano photos. So the top, you could just see like the steam just coming up randomly while we were walking. So he was putting his face in there. So it's like a facial, except for it's stinky. It's like a rotten egg facial if you ever wanted to have one of those. This is perfect for that. Wouldn't recommend it, but still very cool. The picture next to it is where you can see how the lava flowed, and it almost looks like lava waterfalls. I mean, obviously it's dried and cold and everything, but you can see how it ran down and then landed kind of in this pit. So that's the bottom photo where it has all that hardened lava there. So that is the pictures. Now, I don't have a lot of journaling to say about this. So the branding strip had the same hearts on it, so I decided to just go ahead and put that on top of that yellow paper. Now, I didn't like how the yellow paper looked on top of the green paper, so I put it underneath, and I like that a lot better. Now, the title is supposed to go to the right, but I'm going to put the title where where the journaling bit is supposed to go. So I have these Hip Kit Club letters, and I'm going to spell out lava, but I don't have any L's. Like, I thought I grabbed an L, but I actually grabbed an I, and it's very obvious that it is a I. And so I'm kind of trying to decide which letter I am going to Frankenstein for this particular letter. I'm going to end on a Z. So it makes the L very slanted, which I feel like that's okay. I have used like an upside down 7 before, and I just didn't feel like Frankensteining like a T because I figured I would use a T a lot more, whereas the Z I'm not going to use very much. So I'm going to do 3 embellishment clusters, kind of give that a visual triangle. So there's a coffee cup, and the reason I like the coffee cup is because it said hot stuff. Lava is hot stuff. There's no coffee, but kind of that was where my brain was going. I also did the alarm clock because you just never know when it's going to go off, right? So this particular volcano had been like erupting for, I don't know, like 40 years or something, and it just decided to stop like the week before we got there, or days before we got there. So we didn't see much, but we saw so much lava, which is going to be my title. So I pulled that so much from those Paige Evan thickers. I did go ahead and decide to add the 3 stamps up to the top. Down at the bottom, I've got some suitcases and a sticker that says, "I'm not lost, I am exploring." So I think that was pretty normal. And then I had 2 other, I had a little banner that says today, a circle piece that says yay. I'm going to add another banner to the top that says yes. And then I'm going to add a tiny word sticker that says wonderful. I'm also going to add an arrow that says right here, that's a chipboard arrow. I'm going to put that on top of the alarm clock. And I'm just going to point kind of into the pictures, not necessarily at anything in particular, but anywhere I would have pointed it would have pointed at lava. So I figure that works out pretty good. I'm just going to take one last look and see if there's anything else I can add. I thought that adding some hearts would be a good idea, but these hearts are very clear and you couldn't see them at all. Then I come across these border strips, and in the sketch there's a scallop border on the top, and I had this scallop border strip. So I thought that was perfect. I was just going to add that in. And what else do I do? Oh yeah, just this little circle, add a few more colors. It's a very colorful page. I do think I toned it down with the green and the yellow that kind of read as solids. They are pattern paper, but to me they do kind of read as solids. And then, oh, I add this other little green circle up here. I didn't think I was ever going to use it on anything, but the color was right, so I just figured I could add a little bit more color to that particular area. And then I do not add that one. I pulled that one out and then realized the color was just off. Like it was like an in-between color. So I'm going to finish it off with these Where To Next puffy stickers. I'm going to add a heart to each collection. I felt like the cluster to the right really needed some blue. There wasn't enough blue in that, even though it was next to the lava word. But that was kind of where my brain was going. So I did add a little journaling spot down there at the bottom. Here are a couple of close-ups for you. I will have everything linked down below that you need to play along or just check out Follow a Sketch February as well as Sandy. So there is my final layout. Remember to wear your crown, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.